weather the storm together. DML, I like your hat. Yes, it's an Irish cap, but we're wearing it today because of the stuff that's going on with Russia. We're going to talk Russia today. Yes, we are. DML doesn't do a very good Russia imitation, and there we go, we start the drop. Spinning, spinning. People say I'll just come on later. See the drop? Yep, that's the drop. All right, so it's windy, but as I note to you a couple seconds ago, we will get past this windy part. We just got to weather the storm. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff today. I'll go a little louder so I'm over the wind. Talking about a lot of stuff today. What's on the agenda, DML? All right, well, first of all, we're gonna be talking about Mother Russia and President Barack Hussein Obama, who put the sanction on the Russian people. Yes, so we do that. Then we're gonna get into some refugees. Obama making sure he gives some red states some parting gifts before he leaves. And then we are gonna talk about the app. Some of you will be able to download it today. Yes, and it comes fully equipped with Russian intelligence. All right, and then I'm going to tell you the story I was supposed to tell you yesterday about the first time I saw two men kissing. Yes, so just giving a couple more seconds for more people to gather. Let me give a couple little items out of the way. Okay, first of all, for those of you who have asked me to post a picture of what it looks like when I do the walk and talk, your wish has been granted. The beautiful, beautiful Ashley, my daughter, who runs the Instagram, well, she just took a picture and she posted it to Instagram. How do I see it, DML? Instagram.com/DML is my dad. Yep, you can go see what it looks like when yours truly and his over-bloated stomach, because he's got 4 sweatshirts on today, what he looks like when he's doing the walk and talk. There you go, as if you don't know already. All right, we got that. What else we got? Well, next week, just as an alert, next week, yours truly is actually going to be taking a vacation. As you can tell, he hasn't been sleeping a lot, getting the app together, getting all the stuff together, getting everything together for big 2017. Yeah, so we're taking a little bit of a trip with the kids, and the walk and talk will still continue at 11:40 Eastern time without the wind, hopefully. It's windy conditions out here. Yeah, hopefully it will continue, but without the wind, on time, 11:40 Eastern time every day. Who's going to be doing it, DML? Okay, well, on Monday, it will be Harlan Hill coming to you live from New York City. Yeah, he's going to be covering a bunch of different stuff. From what he told me so far, he's going to be doing something that shows you, tells you all about the Democrats and the corruption that they cause. I don't know what he's got planned, but I trust the boy. Number 2 is he's going to be doing some stuff about homelessness. You want to see homelessness in the cold? Come to New York City. So I think he's going to do so well on Monday and Wednesday. That's what he's going to be, Monday and Wednesday, 11:40. I think he's going to fire me. I do. I think he's going to say, hey, I want Harlan doing the walk and talk. But then, to add to that, on Tuesday and Thursday, Miss Scarlett Fakar will be doing the walk and talk at Houston. And from what I've been told, she's going to be wearing a cowgirl hat while she's doing it. Yeah. Yep. So she's doing it Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know what she has planned. But if I can, on Friday, I'll be coming to you from, hopefully, the beach. Yeah. Notice I wait until Friday to get a little tan, maybe thin down a little. You know, maybe I'll have a Corona Light in my hand. 11:40 a.m. I know it's a little early, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere, 5:40 somewhere in the world. And that's where DML will be for you. All right, so that's next week, all right? Just so this way you know, the walk and talks will continue. And if you saw last night, Miss Scarlett, she could not wait. She's like, I don't care that I don't have a real microphone. I'm going to use my boyfriend's camera. She set it all up in her living room. She gave a report last night on the Russian sanctions. And that's where I'm going in now. That's what we're going to dive in now. But she's all, this girl is just ready to break through brick walls. Meanwhile, I got Harlan Hill working his tail off, finding us a New York City location, sending me all these offices. And I'm like, man, this is gonna be some cool stuff. Yeah. And to you folks back over there at Newsmax, I'll be down the block. Yeah. Hope you're loving those cubicles. Anyway, so no cubicles in my place. We don't do that sort of thing. All right, let's go, DML. Get into the beef. We got 3.8. We're almost at 4,000. That seems to be our new number now. So here we go. Russia does not like Mr. Obama. No, they don't like him. No. And Mr. Obama doesn't like the American people. Yeah, that's the way it goes. What do you mean, DML? Break this stuff down for us. All right, there you go. All right, so here's the deal, right? So President Barack Hussein Obama informed his intelligence agencies about 2 weeks ago that he wanted a report about the hacking before he left. It was very important for him to have this report before he left. Now, let's take into consideration that for 7.5 or 7 3/4 of the years, 8 years that he spent president, he didn't really care about this stuff. No, he didn't care about this stuff. He didn't put any sanctions. He didn't get all up in arms when Russia did this and Russia did that. He didn't get all up in arms. I mean, well, like what, DML? Oh, I don't know. Anything. You know, you could talk about Syria. You could talk about the Ukraine. You could talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. You know, President Barack Obama was no big deal. In fact, you may recall a video that goes back a couple of years ago in which President Barack Hussein Obama, you know, got caught open on the open mic, leaning over and telling one of Vladimir's main dudes, hey, once the election's over, I'll have more leeway. We'll get more stuff done. Yeah, what happened to that guy? Huh? Yeah. So anyway, and it doesn't matter to Barack Hussein Obama that his cybersecurity kind of sucks. Yeah, it sucks that we basically are just letting everybody, not just the Russians, just hack into our systems. Yeah, President Barack Obama says nothing about that. Nothing about that. When we caught the fact that the Iranians had hacked into our water treatment facility, did he worry one bit? No, he sent them $150 billion. Yeah, and he signed deals with them. But when it comes to hacking John Podesta and the DNC, this cannot continue. Yeah, so Barack Hussein Obama gets all crazy and all. And he's like, what do I do? What do I do with this? How do I Trump? I know. Oh, I have two lovely people here. Hold on, let's see. Morning. How are you? All right, how are you? I think they're Russian operatives on the run. Yeah, they look Russian. They sound Russian. Yeah. I think everybody's a Russian now. Everybody's a Russian. Everybody's Russian. Everybody's Russian. Question is, where are they Russian to? Yeah, I gotta hit the little, hold on. There's a button here. Boop. Okay, sorry. Telling me my storage was almost filled. Yeah, with Russian propaganda. Yeah, so everybody's Russian somewhere. But anyhow, everybody's a Russian. So it comes down to these sanctions, right? So Obama's like, what can we do? What can we do? What's one more thing that we can do before we leave? Because I haven't really made it so hard for President Trump to come in here yet. I have to make it harder. So he says, okay, 35 diplomats here in the U.S., you're all going home. And you've got a total of 72 hours to do it. Yeah. That may be the first 32 deportations President Obama has made as he's in office. DML, you're on a roll this morning. I am. I'm walking. I got my Irish cap on, which is going to represent Russia today. Yeah, it's a Russian hat today. I'm going to do Russian voices. Not going to sound anything like Russia, but that's what I'm going to do. And I'm feeling good. All right. So anyhow, so we're deporting 35 people, diplomats. Yep. and we're closing down 2 facilities. Now, when you call it facilities, these are government owned. They're owned by the Russians. 2 amazing homes. I mean, this is like holy cow homes. And one of them is in Maryland. It's a 45-acre estate. And the other one is in yours truly country, a little bit up island in a place called Glen Cove, also known as the Gold Coast, back where all the really, I mean, you want to talk about rich? I mean, this is Richie Rich. This is money that goes back, you know, old money. In fact, the house used to be owned by the DuPonts. And so anyway, this place, we're going to be posting pictures of all these homes inside and out later in the day on DennisMichaelLynch.com. I'll send you an alert so this way you can check it out. I mean, this stuff is amazing. So anyway, you know, here's the kicker, right? Obama and everybody else saying, oh yeah, we think these homes were, you know, facilities for espionage. And for, you know, this is where all the hacking and everything else, this is like, you know, Place Central. Okay. It's amazing how Barack Hussein Obama found out all of this stuff just yesterday and, you know, is taking action today. Yeah. I mean, you would have to be a complete 100% donkey to believe that President Barack Hussein Obama is retaliating for what he says is the hacking and influence of an election. Now, I want to make no mistake. Let's get serious here for a second. This is a very, very slippery slope. I was reading one of your comments on my website, or was it on the Facebook, when we posted Vladimir Putin's response to all of this. Now, Vladimir Putin has responded by stating that he's not going to kick anybody out of Russia. Now, that's not what has happened in the past. You know, we kick out, and this is the first time we've kicked out diplomats. You know, we've done it in the past. And we've always had very shady relationships with Russia. I mean, let's just be honest. And Putin has, by and large, been playing Obama, and to a certain degree, George Bush, like a grand piano, okay? So, make no mistake. Usually what happens is we get rid of you, you get rid of us. It's the retaliation game. But Putin wants to kick Obama square in the, you know. And in doing so, what he does is says, I'm not going to kick out anybody. Americans can stay here. We know that Americans don't like Obama. We're going to wait for President Trump to come in and see how he handles this. Okay, let me tell you something. I think of all the different shows that I've ever watched over the course of time. House of Cards, Homeland. Back in the old days, Mom and I, we would watch Dallas. Remember Dallas or JR? Who shot him? Yep. We used to watch Knots Landing. You guys, let me tell you, the women on here are like, I used to watch those too. Yeah, there was a whole time of when I went down like this female thing. We were hanging out with my mom all the time watching these shows. And I was just like, what? But come on, guys. Let's admit it. We love JR and Bobby, right? JR and Bobby. They don't make shows like that anymore. No, now we got SpongeBob SquarePants. But anyway, so, which is basically, I don't know. You know, SpongeBob, that's a different story. Get back to it, DML. I should do a whole segment on SpongeBob one day. I believe there's hidden messages in there. But anyhow, we go back to what I was saying about Vladimir. He says he's not going to kick out anybody. Okay, what am I anxious for? More anxious than the next season of House of Cards? I am anxious to see how Donald Trump handles this. Because I will tell you this. Vladimir Putin has a paintbrush in one hand, and Obama has a paintbrush in the other hand, and they have both, in their own unique way, painted Donald Trump into a corner. Yeah. Now, I told you this the other day. Clear as day I said this. And I'd like to take credit as being maybe the first person in the media to have said what I said. And I got this stupid thing coming up. What I said to you was, remember, this will be what Donald Trump talks about for the next 4 years. This is a plot by President Barack Hussein Obama to stick Donald Trump, not for now, but for 4 years from now. Yes. Now, keep in mind a few things. What has Obama done in the last couple of weeks, right? Obama has basically taken huge swaths of ocean property, if you will, in the Arctic, in the Atlantic and banned it from drilling. He took 1.6 million acres out west and basically made it into monuments, which is also fancy words for banning it from any energy growth development. He has stripped any of the remaining portions of a president's ability to use the registry program for Muslim immigrants. He has basically done everything he has at his fingertips to try to make President Trump have a hard time getting his agenda through. But this Russian one is the biggest of the granddaddy. It's even bigger than what he also did with the Israelis and the UN resolution last week. This one puts Donald Trump, as I said the other day, in a very difficult position. Because the truth of the matter is, and I go back to the comments you left on my site, don't fall in love with Vladimir Putin. You know, he came out with his statement saying he's not kicking out any Russians, and some person on my site said, look at the way he handled that, like a complete gentleman. Let me tell you straight out, Vladimir Putin is not your friend, okay? Vladimir Putin is not a nice man, okay? Don't make any qualms or questions about it. He is not your friend. He is a guy that you have to watch like this at all given times. He is a sly one. He is a guy who needs somebody to go face to face with him and tell him it ain't a joke anymore. Obama's no longer around here. You want to try to be friends? Fine. We try to be friends. But you understand that the second you turn your back on that man, he's no friend, okay? So, keep in mind, we have this tricky situation because to one part, we need to keep nice with Russia. We need to keep very nice with Russia. We don't want to go getting into wars with Russia and China. Nobody wants that, okay? So we've got to be very, very cautious. That said, what Obama has done is he's put out these reports and he has basically pushed the narrative now that this is the Russians did the elections, they're tampering in our elections, we can't have this as a government. And he's absolutely 100% right. We cannot have other nations tapping in to our systems, no matter whether it's for elections, nuclear, military, Pentagon, water treatment facilities, businesses, banking. We can't have it at all, Barack. We can't have it at all. And yet this is something Barack Hussein Obama talked about how much this didn't worry about it at all. And this is why this hacking stuff is just allowed to happen. I did an interview with Congressman Peter King, okay, who sits at the top of all these intelligence committees down in DC. He's been in Congress for, I don't know, 25, 26 years, 24 years. And basically he told me that every single day, not a day goes by, every single day, there is some sort of attempt to hack in to every single system we have here in the US. The Chinese, the Russians, the Iranians, the Pakistanis, it goes down the list. He says every single day it happens. Never a day that it doesn't. And yet, we're going to sit here and put sanctions on the Russians because they figured out John Podesta's password. Now, that's even. I mean, I have not read this 13-page report. And this is such a big topic. This is why I'm staying on this for longer than usual. I've already made the 2 turns, and I'm almost at the church bells. There's a 13-page report put out today by the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security. I have not had the chance to get past page 2 yet because I'm too busy getting ready for this and all the other different stuff we're going on. I will read that report today. I got to see what's in it. But I can't ignore the fact, and neither should you, that Julian Assange, who basically has a perfect track record for the past 10 years, and really has no reason. Well, I guess he does to a certain degree, but he has no reason to blatantly say no state has given us this information. And when I say no reason, I'm probably using the wrong terminology. He has no upside. He only has downside if he's lying to you. Because if it truly does come out without any stretch of the imagination, 110% ironclad proof, like me telling you it's sunny and pointing that to the sun, there's your proof. He's done, Assange, because then he would be deemed a liar, and his whole organization is based on credibility. Now, I know you say, wait a second, credibility of hacking, Dennis? Come on, this is sort of like, yeah, you're caught between a rock and a hard place. But if anybody questions what he says, then it starts to become, I don't know if I could really trust this material. So Julian Assange has basically given his life to this. For him to sit there and lie and say, I'm telling you right now, this was not a state job. In fact, he wouldn't answer Hannity when he was asked, but you could almost tell by his body language that he was admitting to the fact that it was an inside job. So the fact of the matter is that we really truly do not know if the Russians did this or didn't. And nonetheless, how many times have I said to you over and over again, does it matter who hacked the information? The more important is the information inside. That's why Hillary Clinton wasn't elected. The information inside just proved what so many of us believed and were told by people like myself and Hannity and everybody at Rush Limbaugh. We've been saying this, screaming it from the rooftops for years. And those emails confirmed everything that we had been saying. So who cares, to a certain degree, if you will, who grabbed the information? It's what the information says. Do you care which doctor tells you that the x-ray says you've got cancer? Is it about the doctor or is it about the x-ray? It's about the x-ray. That's all that matters. Okay, so understand what this message is all about from Barack Hussein Obama. This is to paint Trump in a corner, because if Trump takes away these sanctions, if he eases up on Putin, which, by the way, at the same time, he's got people like McCain, he's got the elitists, coming down saying it's not enough. Him and Graham, and now I think even McConnell's in there saying we got to do more. Got to do more against Russia. They're putting pressure. So they're putting pressure on him, right? And then you got Obama now putting pressure on him. If Trump takes these sanctions off, well, then it's always going to be. It's like perfect timing. Thank you, God, for this beautiful, glorious day and the opportunity to talk to my friends on the other side of the phone. Thank you for all the blessings you have given me, and may you keep me, my family, and all these people safe. Put me at the end, though. I shouldn't have said that. Poor grammar, and poor grammar. All right. Back to our regular program. And so we go back to what we were saying. Oh, I haven't shown this in a while. Check it out. Check out who's inside here. There we go. I showed you this like a week ago, remember? There you go. All right, so we go back. So he's painting him in a corner, because if Trump releases off these sanctions, the question will always be, Trump really, why didn't he show us his tax returns? Why didn't he show us those tax returns? Has he got something going on with Russia? Every single last step, any time that the word Russia or Vladimir or oil comes out of the words of Donald Trump's words, every time they come out of his mouth, it will always point back to this. The Washington Post, the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, every single last outlet you can imagine will be pointing to this. And I told you the other day, and that's why I'm never wrong on this stuff, and that's why you tune in every single day. This is the narrative for the next 4 years. President Obama has learned, after 8 years of making total mistakes, how it is that you set something up, boom, that's going to stick forever. This is going to stick forever. Now, if he doesn't release these sanctions and keeps them as is, well, then the relationship with Putin that he's trying to make a decent one is going to go south. And then Putin, because he's a bit unhinged, will then turn around and start doing things that are going to push Trump. And how do I know this? Let me explain this. Donald Trump has the biggest ego maybe in the United States. It's okay. I don't have a problem with a guy in the ego in that job. However, sometimes egos can really get in the way. Vladimir Putin also has an ego that's bigger than Mother Russia. When the two heads, sort of it did like Obama, go together, it's not going to work out well. So my concern is that Vladimir Putin will try to show Trump, that he is the strongest guy in the room. And Trump, I'm hoping, will have the discipline not to bite the bait. And I can see a day where Trump and Vladimir are going Twitter, back and forth. And see, Obama knows this. And that's why Obama's laying this stuff out the way it is. So this is one of those times where I don't have an answer. I don't have a crystal ball, and I'm not going to pretend to. All I'm going to tell you is that this is the narrative for the next 4 years. This is all a plan by Barack Hussein Obama to ensure the fact that whoever is the candidate in 2020 for the Democrats, perhaps his wife, is going to have incredible leverage to hit one single narrative over and over and over again. Russia, 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 Russia. And if the relationship with Russia does not go perfect, there is going to be, this is going to be hell. This is going to be a fiery ball of hell in the next election. I promise you, this is all you will hear. In the same way that we heard so much about WikiLeaks, we will hear all day long, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump. It will be questioned left and right. Trust me on this. This is not a good thing. This is a bad thing. To the level of, I think it's the worst thing that he has done in quite some time. Because I cannot see the win in this situation. I don't see a win. It's not clear to me right now. And on top of that, Obama says that his sanctions aren't done. He still hasn't attacked the cyber side of this all. And I don't know what that means. So to that degree, strap in and hold on. All right, we move over to the opinion section. And at this point, I'm usually telling you the wow. So I'm going to go through the opinion, and I'll go it sort of quick. It's more numbers based. It's not even really an opinion. It's sort of statistics. Hey, who do we got? I don't know. We got somebody. Who do we got?
How are you?
How are you? Hold on one second.
Yvonne Compost Yvonne.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I have to go volunteer.
Go ahead.
Okay, see you.
See you later.
Bye.
All right. You too. All right, so here's the good news and the bad news. Good news, this is Yvonne. And Yvonne is one of the listeners on here all the time who was talking about the fact that the leaves get collected and used as compost. Remember her? Yeah. Bad news is she's not watching. Well, she's going to volunteer, so that's okay. She's a good person, right? Walk and talk. They're watching us in Australia. They're watching us in Great Britain. They're watching us in Mother Russia. And they're watching us right here in this lane. All right, so let's go to the opinion section. Yvonne, what a nice lady. So I love it when I get to meet you guys. You know what I mean? I love it when I get to meet you guys. What a pretty lady. Nice lady, pleasant lady. You know what I'm saying? They try to make us Trump people out to be these mean people. See how nice she is? Oh, nice. Hi, Dml. Okay, so what do we got? All right, you ready for this? You ready for this? Don't. Okay. So one of the other little things, little parting gifts, if you will, is President Barack Hussein Obama is just going to refugee craziness. Yeah. What's that Tom Petty song? I want to be a refugee. I can't remember it. Tom Petty, good guy, but I can't remember the song. Anyway, so he has dumped. You ready for this? You ready for this? 2017 is a fiscal year. It's already started, right? We're already into it. Okay. 3 months into it, actually. Fiscal year 2017, Obama is just dumping, and I mean dumping refugees at a blazing pace. It's sort of just like, put them in. Where's he putting them in? DML? Well, let me tell you. You ready for this? Trump, he won a state. 60% to 34% Clinton. 60% of the people there voted for Trump, and 34% voted for Clinton. That's the state that he's dumping the most people in. The state is also known as Nebraska. Nebraska's getting loaded with refugees. Loaded! Yeah. Why? So he just keeps on pushing them. Yeah, and then one day they'll all be signing the forms. Oh, I gotta bring over my grandma, my grandpa, and my kids dogs, people, and yeah, before you know it, family reunification. All more coming in. But wait a second, T-Bell. Is it just Nebraska? Absolutely not. Here we go. You ready? North Dakota, 64% for Trump, 28% for Clinton. They're next on the list of refugees. Next, Kentucky, 62% for Trump, 32% for Clinton. They're next on the list for refugees. Arizona, 49% for Trump, 45% for Clinton. That scares the living daylights out of me. Okay? They're getting their share of refugees. They're at the top of the list. And then we got Idaho. Idaho, 59% for Trump, 28% for Clinton, and they are at the top of the list. DML, who's not on the list? Well, gee, let me tell you. You know that guy named Joe Biden, also known as the vice president? How did he get that job? Anyway, he lives in Delaware. Guess how many refugees Joe Biden's Delaware has received in the past year and a quarter? Fiscal year 2016 and fiscal year 2017. The winner of the number gets a free refugee. Do 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 do. Joni says 7. Nope. Billy Bob says 6. Nope. Samantha says 1. Nope. The correct answer is 0. 0 refugees. Yeah, Delaware. There's none there. 3 rhymes in 1 sentence. Yep, Delaware got 0. Well, DML, what about the District of Columbia, Illinois, and Hawaii, which were heavily blue in this election? Well, they're at the very bottom of the list. They've taken on very, 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 very few. Boy, is this just the biggest coincidence or whatever, DML? You've nailed that one on the head. Coincidence? My buttocks. Coincidence? My buttocks. Yeah. They're coming to Nebraska. Yep. They're coming to Dakota. Yep. They're coming to all these places. Yep. What's the impact on this, DML? From a health perspective? Oh, gee, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you what the health perspective is from a refugee perspective. Cheat sheet. Ready for this? I keep saying that. I gotta start singing the song. You ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. In Nebraska, tuberculosis, TB. Ooh, don't want that. TB. 82%. 82. Not 28. Not 8. Not 81. 82% of the TB cases in Nebraska. It's not coming from the Russians. Or maybe it is. 82% foreign born. That's where the tuberculosis is coming. Gee, let's put it all together. We got a lot of refugees. We got a lot of tuberculosis. 82%. Now you tell me. How's that whole vetting process going? Yeah. Yeah. Let's just get them in. Back up the truck. Doot, 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 doot. Refugees. Yep. That's President Barack Hussein Obama's parting gift for you. Yeah, think about that. And what do you get, America? Well, as a parting gift, you get tons of refugees you really don't want, nor can you vet. Plus, you get sanctions on Russia, and, by the way, horrible relations in the Middle East. Thank you very little. That's where we are. So my opinion is, January 20th can't come soon enough. Dml, what can we do about this? Nothing. What did you say? Nothing. You sound like a horse. All right, maybe I do. All right. So, let's move on. We're going to talk to you about the wow. Okay. Here's one of the moments I have been waiting to say. And just at this point is when I usually spin, so I'd better get it out quick. I am proud to announce that if you have an Android phone, you can now officially download the DML app. Yeah! The time has arrived! Oh, the time has arrived, the time has arrived, the time has arrived. It's not even a song, but I'm gonna sing it. Yes, it is. You can download the app on Android. Hey, how's it going? All right. Delivering fuel. Obama must be going crazy. Where's the solar panels on that house? Hey, Obama, I bet you this guy over here donated to you. Oh, well, then it's okay. Yeah, exactly. Yes, you can download the app on Android. You just go to play.google.com and you search for Dennis Michael Lynch. And there I'll be. All serious and stuff. Yeah. And then if you don't like searching for Dennis Michael Lynch, you can just search for DML app. And there I'll be. All serious and stuff. But be careful. There's also a guy with a DML app. I think he's Russian. And he's selling music or some kind of jazz. I don't even know why he called himself DML. Pissed me off. I was like, who's this guy? So we put a picture of me, all serious and stuff, on the app. So this way, no mistakes. Okay, so we're gonna have to fix that sooner or later. But yeah, you can download it. What about iPhone, DML? I have an iPhone. Most people have iPhones. It's coming. iPhone is a longer process. So I'm thinking that's coming in the next few days. Let me explain the app. It's important you understand the app. Although, having designed it myself, I made it breathtakingly easy for all ages to use. And I should give kudos to Mark, who in his basic every minute of his life worked really hard on this. He's in Iowa. And so when I run for president, he will run my Iowa team. Yeah, Mark! I like this guy. I like Mark. Yeah, like him. Like him. You know, Mark and I wouldn't have hung out in high school. He's a computer guy. I'm a jock. But I would have protected his ass, I can tell you that right now. Especially if I knew he was going to beat me in half years from then. Anyway, so here's it is. You got 5 buttons on this app. And it's important for you to understand this, even if you don't have the Android, because it's the same thing if you have the iPhone. And I don't want to talk about many of my walk and talks about the app. So I'm doing it now. You got 5 things. What happens, DML? Tab number 1. It's the news tab. What happens with that? Let me tell you what happens with that. Oh, I'm so excited. This house right here, I'm not going to show it simply because I'm afraid that they'll report me somewhere. But this house that I'm stopping at right now is the Leaf House. It's the Leaf House where I yelled at these people to, get somebody to do the leaves, okay? Remember I yelled at them? Well, now they're pissing me off again. This time they have interrupted my walk and talk so I could bring to you the Christmas tree that has been out here for too many days. Nobody else has their Christmas tree at the curb. And it's Friday. Nobody's coming on Friday. Nobody's coming on Saturday or Sunday to pick up that Christmas tree. Pick up your Christmas tree. Put it on the side up here until Monday when the garbage people come. Or, God forbid, you put it in your own truck and you took it to the dump. Don't worry, I got it. People, do not download my app. Dml, you're around for it today. Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm on 4 hours sleep. What happened, Dml? Well, my little one that you guys have been looking at for the last couple days, I've been putting her on. She's such a cutie. My little 8-year-old. Had a fever last night, 101. I was like, whew. Mary, vacation in 2 days. What are we going to do? Whew. Mary's like, I don't know. Should we call the doctor? Whew. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's going to be there. Make sure you do it in the morning. Don't oversleep again. Whew. And that's where they are right now. Always happens, man. Right before vacation. It's like, Daddy, I don't feel good. Daddy didn't buy vacation insurance. Can we get better? Quick. And then, of course, the conversation went to Mary, why'd you take her ice skating in the 20-degree weather? Why did you have to do that knowing we're going on vacation? What do you want me to do? She's just sitting in the house doing nothing. You tell me all the time. Make sure she's busy. I guess we're both right. Anyhow, go back to the app. So the app on the button 1 news, okay, every time, and I mean every time, one of my fantastic writers hits publish to a story, goes right to the app. Now, what's so great about that? Well, see, the way it works today is if you're not visiting my website directly, and which I know you're not, all of you, because so many of you send me stories 3 days after we published it from some other website. Now you get it right on your phone. Now you get it right on your iPad. It's right there. Goes right to the little, it's called a badge, right? So you know those little icons you got on your smartphone? You know, like when you open it up and you see 7 written on top of your texts because you got 7 texts while you've been away? Well, now on the phone, maybe it says 12. You got 12 articles since you've been there. So what you do is you tap on it, you see all the headlines, and you click the one you like, boom, you go right to the website. You don't want, some of the stuff is just headline browsing. Like, I don't know, it could be Barack Hussein Obama put sanctions on Russia. You could decide whether or not you want to know what those sanctions are, or maybe it was just enough for you. So you see that. It's a constant flow. You never miss anything. You are completely in the know. Yeah. And as we start to open up more websites, which we've already started doing, and we're testing those too, it all funnels into this one system. You will have everything. You will be the smartest person, not only in the room, but in your state. Unless, of course, you live in New York. Because, see, I will have this information before you. Well, what about we just share being the smartest person, huh? I'm willing to, let's just open the table to everybody. Yes, so you will have this information. And never again will you have to wait. Never again will you not be in the know. That's that. Now, DML, is this going to wake me up at like 2 in the morning if you have a writer at 2 in the morning? No, because it doesn't make a sound on your phone. It just goes to that badge. Now, when you click on and you look at all the stories and then you go out of it, it resets to 0. So the next time when you go in there and you take a look, just like it's same thing on your texts, you say, hey, wow, now there's 3 new articles. You go in. You will have everything. When you're sitting in the doctor's office and you're bored out of your skull, when you're sitting in the car and your husband has got the music on that you've told him you don't want to listen to anymore, and then he's all mad at you, you're like, let me read you some DML headlines. And you go right to it. All right. Next button is the alerts. That is basically the same thing as the 40404. You no longer have to tell me, DML, follow at Real Dennis Lynch only works some of the time. No, now it works all the time. All the time. Those alerts, I don't abuse those things. I mean, there was one day last week, I did 7 alerts. I had one lady come to me and say, you're sending me too many alerts. Take me off. I said, take you off. Other than that, we usually do 3 or 4 alerts, unless it's a really busy day. I can't control the breaking news. I can't control the things that are happening, but I know you want to know them, so we send you the alerts. So if we go on Walk and Talk Live, we send you the alerts. Now, it goes right to your phone. That, you will get a sound. That will just go, ding, all right? Now, we're going to be nice. We're not going to send alerts out at 3 o'clock in the morning, and wake you up and be like, although you should have your phone on buzz at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? I don't know, maybe not. I have it on ring in case one of my kids call, God forbid. But anyway, that's the alert system. You'll have the alert system. Get the alert system, boom, you go, you get all the information you need. All right, next tab, store tab, in case you want to buy a DVD or something. Yes, DML, I'm dying for that DML hat. We're going to get hats. And I'm going to give Mr. Miller, the guy who made me that hat and send me the gift, I'm going to have him make them if he wants them, for as long as it's a good price. Can't overcharge my people, ever. So we're going to be making hats and all that other stuff. The store will be there. Okay, next one. There's a whole info page there. Can't tell you how many people say, what's the email again in case I bought DVDs? Or I get someone to say, hey DML, we want you to speak at our event. How do we get in touch with you? All those things are done. It's all there. Hey DML, can I work for you? I want to know where do I send my resume? It's all there. Everything's there. There. In the info tab. And then the tab I might like the best. That is the DML Reports tab. Now, this tab is going to be a work in progress tab. What does it do, DML? Okay, well, here's how it works. See this Facebook Live thing? They haven't figured it out yet. Now, to Facebook's credit, and forget about all the liberal conservative crap, let's just go as a platform. To their credit, they're very, very, very good at coming up with new ideas. But the new ideas don't always work so well. So the Facebook Live thing has a lot of its own little quirks, a lot of problems. I mean, I got a list. We've been keeping this list in case Facebook ever gives me a hard time and I got to stand in front of a judge and say, Judge, I gave them a lot of money and this is what they did. Okay? We have 2,800 people right now who have told me that they no longer get my notifications. We have about 700 people who have showed me screenshots that I am now unliked on their page. So something's going on over there where they can't find their buttocks with both hands. And I think it's because everybody's trying to use this great thing called Facebook Live. So they're just not ready for it yet. All right, so what do? We go to YouTube. But the problem being is that when we go to YouTube, right, you guys don't like the fact that you can't chat with each other. It's not the same. Yeah, YouTube has a box, but it's not the same as the Facebook. Okay, so here's how this works. My number one concern is not your ability to comment right now. My number one concern is that when you guys tell me you get the alerts, or you know it's 11:40, you can't find me on Facebook. Whatever it is, they're not showing up, or they show it up 20 minutes later. That's aggravating. No more. And it's not just for the walk and talk, it's going to be for all the shows we do. So when you go to that tab, when you go to that DML reports tab, the most recent video is going to be sitting right there for you. Now, tomorrow, for those of you who get the Android app, you will see if you click that thing early, there'll be a countdown until I actually go live. It will actually be telling you how long it is until I go live. So if it's 3 minutes and 12 seconds, you're going to watch it almost like it's New Year's. 3:11, 3:10, 3:09. It's going to keep on going down. Eventually, boom, there's your buddy DML. Yeah. So you'll be able to watch the walk and talks with absolutely no interruption. The feed is coming from YouTube, but it will not have any, I don't suspect it will, have any of that Facebook spin or the Facebook drop off. Those days are gone. Now, DML, will you still be on Facebook? Absolutely. We're just redirecting how it is that the signal goes into Facebook, and that starts to get a little technical, but you have no issues whatsoever. You want to watch it on Facebook? You can watch it on Facebook. You can plug away with your comments on Facebook. You're still going to be able to see how many people are watching on Facebook, but never again will you ever miss a DML walk and talk or any DML program with Scarlett, with Harlan, or all the other different stuff we've got lined up. Those days of missing us are over. Do you understand? We control our own destiny. Now, this is phase one. There's a couple things I want to tell you. If you're using the app, okay, on Android, and you're having any issues, the things I just told you about are not working, well, send an email to wetrustdml@gmail.com. Please be descriptive. Don't send me something that says, DML not working on my app. Okay, what does that do? That does nothing for us. You got to send me a little description. Tell me what the problem is. If you take a screenshot off your phone and send it to us, send it to us. Mark and his supercomputers, he'll fix all of it. Okay? And we'll get the thing going. Everybody's app is the same thing. It's always a work in progress. It's like, changing the tires on a car that's moving. All right? It's not the easiest thing in the world. But like I said, you will be in the know. It's phase one. Phase two is going to be that you will actually be able to watch the video and do your commenting right from the app. DML, you're going to change the world. You're going to change the world of media. Yes, we will. And as, what is his name? What was his name over there at Apple? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs once said, it's the crazy people who say they'll just change the world that actually do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, that's that. So, once again, if you have an Android, play.google.com, where all the apps are. Download. Yep. And that's that. Let's see how many we got by the end of the day. And I told you, iPhone people, you're next. Okay, there we go. Next, story time. This is going to be a doozy. So the other day we did the whole, hold on, let me take out the cheat sheet. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Cheat sheets. By the way, Harlan Hill and Scarlett both asked about cheat sheets. I told them, absolutely. All right, cheat sheets I got: Obama's refugee, Russia, kiss, Highest level, 1972. Oh, by the way, you know what I forgot to tell you before we were talking about the Russia stuff? Those houses that they're, that we are basically, I guess, confiscating, if you will, from the Russians. It's not like they just bought those houses last week. It's been around since 1972. Oh, Dml, how did you leave that out of the story before? Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry. I just have app in my mind. I just wanted to get right to the app. I should have just done the app first. It's been on my mind the whole time. What else we got? Cove, DuPont, 502 refugees. Oh, yeah, how many refugees went to Nebraska? Dml, a little short on facts today, man. What are you doing? I know, I'm a little excited. You know how long we've been working on this app thing? It's sort of like, woo, 502. 502? How do you do that to one state in 3 months? I know. Yeah. Anyway, so the other day we're talking about this whole transgender bathroom thing, right? It actually started with a conversation about the young kid who was asked to leave the Boy Scouts because she wanted to be a he, or vice versa. I get so confused anymore. I really don't know. And I don't mean any disrespect for anybody, but I can't have I don't remember. Is it she want to be a he or he wants to be a she? All I know is they want to go in the opposite direction. So anyway, I had asked you to send me your thoughts about this when I went, because I didn't talk about the Cub Scout thing really. I used that as a diving board to go into the dangerous pool of transgender bathrooms. And I said, I don't want any transgenders going into the bathroom when my two girls, especially my little one, is sitting there in the bathroom. Now, I didn't get into details necessarily about why it bothers me, but you guys, did I just step in dog doo? I think I did. I gotta backtrack here. Let me see my shell. Oh, why does it smell? Give me a second. Now. Great sneakers sent to me by my pal. Yeah. Who I think is on the treadmill right now. So, anyway, lady just almost hit me with a Mercedes. See, the bad thing about right now, with New Year's coming, all the idiots are out. They're all out. They're here, man. They're all here. This Mercedes just passed me over here. Somebody just called me from Nevada. You know who it probably is? I tell you who it definitely is. Dml, you're all over the place right now with stories. I know. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but yours truly, Dml, was subpoenaed by the FBI. What did you just say? Yeah, I've been subpoenaed by the FBI. Man, this car's all over the place here. Idiots are back. Yeah. Look. Range Rover. Yeah, I tell you, try to find a Chevy. The only way you're gonna see a Chevy is if Mrs. Lynch comes and picks me up. Where's Miss Mary? Yeah, we got Range Rover, we got Mercedes, we had another Mercedes, almost all hit me. Idiots, I'm telling you, idiots. And then on top of that, I found the culprit who I think has taken the poopies. Check it out. See what I'm talking about? See all that? Yep. Deer, man. They have taken a relief spot here. Yeah, probably voted for Obama, these deer. But anyway, anybody, a Republican deer would have picked up after themselves. I think so anyway, right? Anyway, so I have been subpoenaed by the FBI I have to go to Nevada in February to testify in the Bundy trial. Dml, you live such an interesting life. No, it's a pain in the ass. Pain in the buttocks. Yeah? I gotta go, not one trial, 3 trials. Yeah, out in Nevada. If I gambled, it'd be one thing. But I'm not. I'm busy, man. You think I want to be sitting there and be like, do you swear to tell the truth? Stop! What do you think? I'm Dml. Of course I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You sure you want to hear it? Yeah, so that's it. That's who I think was just calling me. Yeah, anyhow. I don't know. I'm guessing because it's a Nevada number. I don't have it in my list. Anyhow. That's going to be an interesting... You want to talk about my website blowing up? Yeah, what about Facebook Live? Well, Facebook Live my testimony. I'm like, Judge, do you mind right now if I go on Facebook Live? How about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000, maybe 15,000 people in this one. What do you think? The judge would be like, my hair good? Hair looks wonderful. You are marvelous. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a Facebook Live. I'm like, whew, reporting to you straight from inside the courthouse here in the Bundy trial is DML. I'd be like, first question, DML, did you walk forward and have multiple machine guns, M16s, actually facing you? I did. Why did you do that? Because I'm John Wayne. From Russia, Mother Russia. I must break you. Remember that in the Rocky movie? Remember the Rocky movie? Rocky movie? What do you pitch? Drago. I must... Rocky Balboa. I must break you. Yeah. Yeah. Mother Russia. Yes. So anyway. So I'm going to be there on the stand. And I'll be like, I must break you. And then they'll say, okay, so when you saw those M16s, did you see... And then it's just going to be in there. And I'd be like, look, man, you ready? If you need to know what I saw, watch the movie. You could get it at DennisMichaelLynch.com, and just for $3 in shipping. That's what I'll tell them. Okay, so we'll report that when I go down. So let's get back to the whole thing. So we're doing the transgender thing, right? So my feeling is I don't want this person going in there. Now, the one lady comes back to me, you know, and I wish I had the email. It was like, so angry. Who are you really? That's how it starts. Who are you really? I've been watching you, and I watch your body language when you say these things, and you caught yourself, you know, and they're not messed up in the head, you know, and then she just goes on to this whole thing. Now, I never said anybody's messed up in the head. I said we couldn't understand what was going on upstairs. I can't understand what's going on upstairs in Obama. I can't understand what's going on upstairs when Donald Trump makes a tweet. I can't understand what's going on upstairs when Miss Mary oversleeps yesterday when we're so busy. Yeah. Sometimes I watch back these videos and I'm like, what's going on upstairs, DML? Why are you singing? And then I say, don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Yeah, right? So anyway, she's all mean. She's all... She says, you give me a call, you want to take me on. I don't want to take anybody on. I just don't want guys, whether they think they're girls or not, going in the bathroom with my daughters. And then she goes on and says, there's a better chance that a lesbian will go in there with your daughter and hit on her. What are you going to do about that? Because there's a bigger chance of that happening than having some guy come in, a transgender come in, and hurting your daughter. And why does it automatically have to be about somebody hurting somebody? You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt anybody. What if I did? It'd be a problem. I don't want to hurt anybody. Oh, what about the fact that I don't want some guy, okay, ripping out his you-know-what. When my 8-year-old is there and is like, I never seen one of those things. What's that? Yeah. And he turns around, he's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. You know, I just don't want that. I don't want it to be where maybe my little girl's in the bathroom changing out of her bathing suit and she's got her little private thing there, which me and Mary call Cookie. We say, you know, Cookie, you know, clean your cookie, or whatever it may be, you know. I don't want them seeing my daughter's cookie. I just don't want it. That makes me a bad guy. Give me a capital B. Now, not that I need to offend myself to anybody, but I'm going to tell you a story. I grew up in a town, all right, where the big, huge industry in our town when I was growing up was building fighter jets at the Grumman facility, all right? Back in the old days, when you sat in the back of the big Chevy and your dad, you know, was basically smoking like a chimney and you had no seatbelt on, you were sliding on the back of the leather seats, you know, or vinyl seats, actually, whatever. Back in those days, that's when I grew up, you know? And when I was making too much noise in the back, my father turned around and said, shut the fuck up! It gave me a backhand. That's the way it used to be. Remember those days? Okay. Well, back in those days, something else happened. Nobody came out of the closet. Nobody. Not my fault. Nobody came out of the closet. Nobody stood up and said, I'm proud to be gay. I'm a gay man. I'm a gay woman. In fact, I'm a bisexual. Nobody stood up and said, I want to be a woman. Nobody did this stuff. Nobody said, I'm a woman, but I want to be a man. Nobody said, excuse me, can you Google getting my testicles chopped off? Nobody did that. There wasn't even Google. It wasn't computers. Nobody did that. So I grew up in an environment where I didn't know anybody gay. I didn't think anybody was gay. I didn't know anything about gay. Nothing. In fact, I grew up in a time where if somebody was acting up, you called them a fag. Do you remember that? Yeah. DML, you're really breaking it. You're breaking it. I mean, you're breaking all the rules today. You're saying bad words. No, I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm teaching you what you already know. Okay? I'm going back to the way it used to be. Not saying it was right. Not saying it was wrong. Not saying anything. I'm telling you the way it used to be. All right? Now, when I see somebody who's acting up, do I call them a fag anymore? No, I don't. I would never do that. Society has changed. All right? That's it. I wouldn't be so disrespectful in calling somebody a name. I'm not a name caller. You know what I'd say? I say, you're acting like why? Why are you acting like a fool? Stop. That's the way it is. But back in the day, you called him a fag. Or a guy, you call him a homo. That's what you do. But I didn't even really know what a homo looked like. Because I had never seen a fag, a gay man. You could use whatever word you want to use yesterday or today. I had never seen two men kiss. I had never seen two ladies kiss. That's the fact. Now, first time I was ever exposed to gay people or a gay couple. I'm in New York City, which it was a place I didn't go to a lot, even though I lived 45 minutes from it. We didn't go to the city. My dad didn't take us into Manhattan. We weren't one of those Manhattan families. My mother wasn't one of those, let's go window shopping. She was too busy changing everything, changing the clothes, changing the linens, washing this, washing that, making food, doing that. I mean, it was crazy. I think my mother had time to sit there and be like, I really don't know which one I want. The red dress or the blue dress? Which one will look better at the cocktail party? Cocktail party? What are you talking about? Cocktail party? You know, his dad was saying, give me a Budweiser. That was the cocktail party. So I didn't go into the city a lot. So now I'm going into the city. And I come up, I'm out of the escalator, I'm feeling all great, coming out of Penn Station. If you've never been to Penn Station, it smells, it's hot, it's filled with everybody. And you just want to get the hell out of there, even if it's your first time. So I'm going upstairs, and I'm jogging, I'm all ready to go, and whoa, what's that? Two men, I have to say, in their mid-50s, both of them portly, short, one, if I remember correctly, completely bald, smooching. Like I used to smooch with Mary. I just gotta get back into smooching. I miss smooching. We talked about that in another episode. Smooching. I was dead in my tracks. I was like, never seen it before. It's new. I would have had the same reaction if I would have walked up and seen two women kiss each other. I'd be like, what's this? Same thing. Same thing. And I was like, didn't sit with me. There was no question at that point that I had nothing gay inside me. Did I hate these men? No. Did I go home and scream out to all my friends? No. I said, wow, that's something I've never seen before. I told Mary, I'm like, man, you ever see two gay guys kiss? And she's like, no. I'm like, me neither. And it's funny because on television and in the movies and in the news and in so many different ways, the two gay guys that they'll put together are always like the two best looking men you've ever seen in your life. Two beautiful, strapping men. Well, it's not only like that. You got the portly guys doing, and you got the beautiful guys doing. It's just like anything else. Normal stuff, I guess. Normal people just saying, hey, I want to be gay. But I was not looking to have to see that again, to be honest. And then I really wasn't exposed to it again until later in my life, when we moved out here. And like I said, this is liberal central. So we go to the beach, and we go to the family beach. Now, I go family beach because when we first started coming out here years ago, remember, this my house has been my family for over 100 years. When we used to come out here, it would be, well, yeah, we'll go to that beach. We'll go to the family beach. The gays go to the left and the families go to the right. Did I make that up? Did I do that? Did somebody say, you're gay, you got to go to the right? I didn't see anybody saying gay people to the right, families to the left. It sort of just went that way. But over years in time, the gays came over to the families and the families went into the gays. And before you knew it, it was just one big melting pot of people. And so, yeah, I would see gay guys in their Speedos grabbing their hands. Some of them weren't in Speedos. Some of them were in full-length bathing suits. Some of them weren't even in bathing suits. Some of them may have been embarrassed or whatever. I have no idea. Didn't make sense when I saw the guy dressed like an Eskimo at 90-degree weather. But whatever it was, they're holding hands. Periodically, they'll stop at the beach and give a little kiss, what have you. My point has always been, you can kiss, you can sleep with whoever you want. Just don't make me have to choke on it. That's all it is. In the same way that I'm not going to take Miss Mary down to the beach with all the families there and be like, choke me, baby. Just like I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that. Not because we're straight, not because we're not gay, just because you don't do that. Okay? I just don't do that. So when I see that somebody's sitting there and just tossing it in my face, I'm turned off just as much as I am about them than I am a married couple sitting there and acting, as far as I'm concerned, inappropriate. However, let me tell you this. Along my journeys going to the beach, I started to see the development of this gay community out here, in the sense that they started to now bring kids. So 2 guys or 2 girls would, and how do you know they were gay? How do you know they were gay? Because they were making out, or because they were sitting there and acting in the way that lovers act, gay or not, and they'd have like a little girl. And because I have little girls and little boys, they would play. So I would have to interact. Nicest people in the world. Nicest people in the world. Some guys, manly handshake. Some guys I wouldn't want to tangle with. Strong, whatever. Some guys need to eat a salad. But ultimately, all nice people. And they treated their children amazingly. And that's all I gave 2 craps about. Sorry for the disgusting word, but I'm speaking specifically to one person here. I didn't care. Hey, John, what's going on, man? Hey, Dennis, how's it going? Good, good. How's little Susie doing today? Fantastic. Hey, Susie, you want to play with Kelly? She's right over there. Great. All right, thanks, man. That's it. You get it? That's it. Don't look at these people any differently. I didn't think anything was screwed up inside of them. However, if Johnny wanted to take little Kelly and said, I'll take her to the bathroom, I say, like hell you are. Nobody's taking my kid to the bathroom. I'll take my kid to the bathroom. If Johnny said, sometimes in my past, I've identified as a woman. Today, I think I'm identifying as a man. Or if Johnny's brother, Kevin, came and said, I'm really a man, but I identify as a woman, and I'm going to go into the bathroom with my brother's little girl and your little girl. I said, nah, not my little girl. If my buddy, who I kind of know, wants to go in the bathroom with my little girl, you know what I'm going to tell him? Nah. It's just the way it's going to go. Nah. That's it. So it's not about the transgender or about the lesbian or the gay guy or any straight person going to the bathroom in a place they're not supposed to. I said that incorrectly. It's not about the gay or lesbian or transgender that I want to keep away from my kid. That's the way I want to say it. I want to keep any adult person away from the bathroom that my kid is in unless they're both the same sex. That's it. That's it. Has nothing to do with an attack on transgenders, gays, or what have you. Yes, I was once uncomfortable with seeing two men kiss in front of me. I'm uncomfortable with anybody swapping spit in front of me. No, Mary wants to sit. Mary wouldn't even think about saying, hey, let's go to a restaurant and start swapping spit. I say, you out of your mind? Let's have some class. That's it. That's what it's about. And it's about protecting my kids from things they don't need to be exposed to. And if you don't like that, tough. You get it? Tough. If I'm going to hurt your feelings, in doing so, I'm going to protect my kid, and you don't like that, tough. Either we'll wait for you to finish in the bathroom, or you'll wait for my kid to finish in the bathroom. But I ain't bending. And it's very simple. Okay? That being said, God bless you. God bless our troops. God bless the United States of America. And God bless all people, no matter who it is you kiss. Until tomorrow's Walk and Talk on a Saturday. Adios, amigos. Mother Russia.